Hello friends, welcome back to another vlog and welcome to a new series that I'm calling Summer Shred. Right now I'm trying to make myself eat yogurt, so we mixed Greek yogurt with some protein powder, peanut butter granola, and a little bit of honey. Better than plain yogurt, just can't have too much at once. So basically I'm going to take you guys through 12 weeks of a pretty awesome Summer Shred challenge where the goal is basically to develop some really good healthy habits that will support daily living, rest, recovery, but habits that shouldn't be super difficult once I have them down. Like the goal is not to have to go out of my way, but for these things to be really ingrained in my routine. I do have a weight loss goal, but that's not the point of this. The point is more the habits. So it's gonna be 12 weeks of this, and I thought we'll start off week 1 by just going through the baseline. So today's Tuesday, sorry we missed Sunday and Monday, but the basic things that I wanna do for a full 12 weeks, I got a list right here. I wanna make sure that I'm doing each of my workouts, the full thing, every single. So I have 3 full body lifts and 2 zone 2 cardio days. That is my training plan. I wanna make sure I'm doing that Monday through Friday. Bonus is I wanna take anywhere from 2 to 5, depending on my week, depending on how much I'm teaching, I'm a fitness instructor. I want to take 2 to 5 days a week where I wake up and I go do a fitness class that gets me into those higher cardio ranges. So like zone 3, zone 4, max heart rate, you know, something to challenge myself. That's more of a bonus. It's not an awful thing if it doesn't happen. It's just a fun thing that helps me mentally just feel so much better and start my day on a really good note. I want to make sure, because I'm teaching a lot and I'm outside and my body's going through a lot, I want to make sure that I'm drinking at least 1 water bottle with electrolytes each day. I don't normally take electrolytes. However, when I'm working as intensely as I am, I'm sweating a lot. I need a way to better. In terms of nutrition, I want to be in a deficit. And so I have my calorie deficit ranges. Not gonna share those online. But I do have a protein goal. My coach and I are really working on getting a lot of protein in to fuel myself for my teaching days. So I have a goal of getting from 120 to 140 grams of protein. Because I'm in a calorie deficit, that means the bulk of what I'm eating needs to be protein-rich foods. Obviously, fiber is another thing we want to be getting in, but the thing we're really focusing on during these 12 weeks is getting the protein to be habit. Because right now it's really difficult and it's something I'm having to think about a lot more. So we want it to be habit. I want to be getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Sleep supports recovery and health, and I just have not been sleeping great, and that's something I'm working through with health professionals on. But a goal of mine is to go to bed by 9 p.m., start my nighttime routine at 8:30, and because I'm waking up at 4 every morning. So finally, we have 3 more that I'll share. I want to be doing a gratitude journal every day. It's called the gratitude journal. It's 5 questions, 3 in the morning, 2 at night. I want to make sure I'm doing it thoughtfully and not just half-assing it. And then I also want to be stretching and foam rolling for about 10 minutes a day to support my recovery and also improve my mobility and my flexibility and just feel better. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to track it every single day. And every single day for every habit I complete, 25 cents will go into my clothing account. I love reward-based challenges. And so something I've been wanting is to kind of refresh my closet a little bit. And so every day I have the opportunity to earn 25 cents per habit. And then at the end of another unspecified goal that I will not be sharing online, however much money I have earned through doing the little checklist is how much I have to spend on clothes. And I just think it's a good system that not only helps my wallet, but also motivates me because I love things like that. I know I'm more of an externally motivated person. I'm not as intrinsic with this kind of stuff until it becomes habit. With my workouts, I'm pretty intrinsic because I just love moving. But with things like stretching and protein goal and sleep, I'm not. We're gonna try this. If you wanna try it along with me, I would love to. But yeah, welcome to Tuesday. We've had a really busy day today. I took a spin class at 5 a.m. and then I taught classes, I had PT clients, and I've got a doctor's appointment, and then I've got more classes and PT clients that I've got to do today. And so it's a lot today, but it's going to be very rewarding and I'm super excited for all of it. So that's kind of the news on that. I'll take you through the rest of my day through teaching and how I feel myself. But yeah, I'm gonna go relax before therapy right now. Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. My window is super dirty. That's better. It is 5:01 a.m. I am heading to a cycle class right now. So I kind of gotta hurry, but it's also 5 a.m. No one except for the other people going to the 5 a.m. workout classes are on the road. Yesterday went super well. I just got it in my head during the day of like, I need something to motivate me. And so I came up with something that kind of fits with what I'm doing, but is a little more elevated. And guys, I actually hit every single habit yesterday. And I'm so proud of myself because I feel like it's usually super hard to hit them, which, like, don't get me wrong. It was a little hard to be like, okay, I'm going to stretch now, even though I really don't want to stretch. And I'm going to foam roll now, even though I really don't want to foam roll. But so today is Wednesday. We are heading to my 5 a.m. workout class. I'm taking cycle. The fun thing about this class is that the instructor who's teaching it used to work at my college gym, and I wouldn't say I was really close with her, but we were very friendly. And so I found out she's been teaching at this gym that I just started working at, and so it's like, oh my gosh, I want to go to your class. So the thing about these 5 a.m. workout classes, because I really want to take those, I just feel like they mentally regulate me, even though it's something like cycle, which is a very high energy and high intensity class. But I think it in the moment, just focusing on, I'm going to do this workout, it keeps me from being like, I need to do X, I need to do Y, I need to do Z. And I just have to focus on the workout. And I feel like something like yoga, as much as I love yoga, I just don't think it's regulating in a sense for me, because it leaves me alone with my thoughts. And that's just, I'm not the kind of person who should be left alone with their thoughts. So that's why I can teach yoga, but I'm not great at taking it. But I feel very relaxed when I teach yoga. So anyway, the issue is that the only class options offered at this gym at 5 a.m. are things that, like, I just don't want to take. So they offer cycle like every morning. But you're like, Jaycee, you can't take cycle 5 times a week. Well, the other option is like a strength class or a HIIT class. They do like a dance fitness class. They do kickboxing. I'm gonna try kickboxing and see if I like that. But pretty much am gonna cycle a lot because I don't want to take a strength or a HIIT class, because I think anything where I'm picking up weights and like adding a lot of resistance in that way and load, I think that that's gonna really overwork my muscles, and I'm going to cause myself an overuse injury. However, with cycle, because I'm an instructor, I know my limits, and I know when to push and I know when to pull back. And so I focus in cycle on more just enjoying it. I don't really push my resistance a lot. I don't push my sprints or my RPMs that much, because I just want to enjoy the vibe in the room and being on the bike. I'm being a little lazy, but at the same time, I'm doing it multiple times a week. And so what I'm really more looking for is just that mental regulation of being in a room with people and having music playing and doing some very light pedaling. That's how I'm approaching cycle. This isn't my time to push myself. This is just my time to be in community. And so that it's helping me really enjoy it when I'm not focused on like, I have to sprint the fastest. I don't. No one's actually watching what I'm doing or caring. Like, I can just pedal the whole time and have a really good time. Anyways, today we've got that cycle class. Then I'm teaching aqua fitness. I teach aqua fitness every day, you will learn. I have my vinyasa flow class today. I have really enjoyed teaching this class a lot more than I thought I would. I was just scared because it's a group of older individuals that they would be hesitant to like trying new things, but I have slowly integrated it in a way where it doesn't feel completely new. It's just like an addition. And so they've been really open to just trying like true vinyasa yoga, because I think they were getting more of like a hatha yoga before. And vinyasa is continuous movement, and just because you're older doesn't mean you can't move continuously. Obviously there's certain like modifications and considerations that you have to take into place, but there are ways to do a vinyasa flow that feel really good on your body even in older age. And so we're experimenting with those ways. We're challenging ourselves. Well, obviously we're holding some poses, but you know, we're just challenging ourselves, and I love it. And I think they really like it. I'm tired. The only thing I'm teaching is yoga today, FYI, because okay, then after that I get like a little break, and then I have my own workout. We have a full body lift today. I'm excited for it. I think we're hip thrusting for our big one, like the big lift. And then I have a PT client. We're working on an upper body day. Yeah. And then I teach gentle yoga flow. spin was so awesome and fun. And also something beneficial came from it, but that will be announced later. I'm heading to the store because we ran out of toilet paper, which is always fun. So we kind of need that. I would say that's an essential item. And then after that, I'm gonna go teach aqua fitness, and then I'll come home and I'll get some more time to edit. I just had a bit of time to edit. I've got a video that I really want to get done because today's one of the only days where I have a lot of time, and it's like a very intense video, so there's that. I had time to edit, but I spent it doing like a text piece that honestly I'm glad I did rather than my rough cut, because I know when I get time for the text edit, like I'm not gonna feel like doing it. So it already being done makes me feel a bit better, because then I can do the text edit pretty easily. We're gonna go grab more toilet paper.
Guys, I don't know about you, but did you know not sitting down for 4 hours in a row for the past 3 days in a row does wonders for your body?
What do you think it does for me? You think I feel constant?
Oh, I know. Because me and Jaycee are gonna play Overcooked, because we like that game. If you probably didn't know this already. Getting a wonderful shot of my legs.
It's prime entertainment.
Jaycee, did you save your game? You need to close the software, perhaps, so that your game time doesn't run to absurd levels of hours.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah. I'm player 1 as usual, Jaycee's player 2 because she just likes driving the bus. And I like speeding up the bus in Overcooked 2. I usually like to play the rat or mouse because I think it's funny, because we're chefs. This game makes Jaycee really, really mad, so we can only play like 2 rounds of, 2 different levels typically. And sometimes we get really determined, and sometimes we get really put off by the game. Cause it's just made to be a bit rage inducing, and that's okay.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a crazy love, moving through me like a wildfire. Like a wildfire.
Good morning. It is Thursday. I don't know why I said Wednesday. It's Thursday. Today is a crazy busy day. Of course, it's 5:03 in the morning. We're going to a workout. So there's not a workout class. I was gonna try a kickboxing class because I was like, oh, I'd enjoy kickboxing. And then it got canceled. And I think I took that as my sign of, I just really want to commit to cycling in the mornings, because I genuinely don't think I could get up for anything else. Like, I think kickboxing will be fun the first 3 weeks. I don't think I'll get up for it after 2 or 3 weeks. I think I'll find excuses to cancel just because it's more something that I want to try every once in a while. So there's no morning cycling class offered Thursdays. So I decided, you know what? Instead, what I'm going to do is I am going to do a solo cycle where I just go hop on a bike out in the gym, and I just cycle for me and for like to music I want to do, and I use that time to just listen to music and pedal and like push myself on my own terms rather than on someone else's. And so I liked that idea a lot more, so I created a playlist yesterday just of songs that I like to listen to for cycle. So we're gonna do that. Yesterday went well. I didn't do 2 things yesterday. I didn't hit my protein goal, and I did not foam roll, so I only ended up putting $2 into my savings, not the full $2.50. But that's okay. We still are hitting a lot more. So the goal is not to be perfect every day, because I'm not going to be perfect every day. I'm human, and I think I go wrong when I expect perfection out of myself. But the goal is to like reinforce the positive behavior so that it slowly starts to become habit, so that it's not as hard to journal in the morning, and it's not as hard to get up at 4 a.m., and it's not as hard to hit my protein goal eventually down the line. That's kind of the purpose of it, and that's where I feel like this challenge is just a lot healthier. So if you're doing some sort of like discipline or habit building challenge, use positive reinforcement rather than an all or nothing approach, because, you know, I didn't hit everything yesterday, but I still feel very motivated today to get up and try my best. I'm not immediately quitting because I failed one day, which I don't even think that is a failure. I still put $2 into my savings account rather than just $2.50. Today's schedule, I'm working for 9 hours today, so giving myself permission to do literally nothing else. I set a rule of I can only work 8 hours in one day, and that includes side hustles, that includes everything except for household chores, and like checking like admin things that like I need to do in my own personal life. So I count the number of classes I'm teaching. If I'm teaching like 5 classes, okay, then I give myself 3 hours to work on social media. If I'm teaching 8, 0, 7, I get 1, you know? So that's kind of how I break it up, and it really keeps me on track, and that's how I did it during the school year too. The con is that I gotta do some weekend catch up, but the weekend catch up isn't as bad because I feel mentally able to do the weekend. There's that. We're teaching boot camp after my little solo cycle session. Then we're gonna teach aqua fitness. We're teaching chair yoga. I'm subbing bar. I have a reformer Pilates observation. I have to do observation and training, and I gotta chat with her about when she wants to do those. I think I need to hold off until after I'm done subbing all of the bar that I'm subbing. The sunrise is really pretty. Good morning, everyone. It is 4:50 a.m. and I'm heading to go teach a 5:15 a.m. class, which is so fun. Except, okay, I need to just get used to it because I literally just took one on yesterday. So, okay, basically, one of my huge goals for post-grad was to get a weekly cycle class at a gym, because I really only teach cycle for my college, and it's amazing and it's so much fun. It's literally my favorite thing ever. And I was like, I don't want that to end post-college. Like, that's the one format that I never want to stop teaching. I'm okay if I stop teaching some of these other things. Like, I'm really okay if I don't have a weekly HIIT class on my schedule, or if I don't have weekly yoga. Like, I'm okay subbing those things. But cycle is just that one that brings me so much fulfillment. And cycle's really the reason I do my job. So I asked for cycle. I was like looking for cycle class, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give myself 1 year to figure out like some solution. I think I can do it in 1 year. Like, let me just be really honed in on this. So I start going this week to the 5 a.m. classes. I want to try out instructors. I just want to cycle for me. Like, it's not to get a class. It was really for me and just learning. And one of my former ISU coworkers teaches cycle here now, and I love her class. Like, she's just a joy to like take class from. She is so positive in like her workout kicked my ass, but she was so like positive and happy, like, that I felt really good after the class. And so I'm talking to her afterwards, and she's like, yeah, like, I start my new teaching position in the fall, like I'm gonna have to commute, like I'm switching to afternoon classes. I'm not gonna be able to work this one anymore. And so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, that's my way in, because I can't teach in the afternoons. I'm trying to be morning only. And so I thought, I was like, hey, can you put in a word for me? Like, I'm available, you know, like I'm available at this time, and I would teach at this time. And I'm really trying to get into the cycle class. Like, explained it. She was super supportive. Oh my gosh, yes. And like, you've already been coming to the class, and like, you teach it at ISU, like, you're perfect for it. So sweet. Love you, Annie. So I have a lot of anxiety over that, because I'm like, okay, her classes are slowly starting to get filled up that she teaches in the mornings. Like, and then there was just that thought of, if someone doesn't know, they don't know. And you can't like just expect like the meritocracy system to reward you if someone does not know that you want that opportunity. And so I texted my boss yesterday at work. I was like panicking while doing this. I was like, am I gonna get in trouble for just like asking? Are people gonna think I'm entitled? Because it's literally not that. And so I texted, I was like, hey, like, Annie told me that she was switching her schedule to afternoons. Like, I've been going to her morning class. I just like wanted to ask, like, if there's a slot that opens up to teach a cycle class, like I would be really interested in it. I really like, I teach cycle. It's my favorite format, and I love the classes I've been going to here, which is so true. Like, all the classes I've been going to this week have been amazing, and just they've brought me so much peace and joy. And I'm sitting here thinking, it was like, I'm never gonna get a response. I'm gonna get told no. I'm gonna get laughed at. I'm gonna get in trouble. My boss just immediately responds with, yeah, can you do the Wednesday one? That's great. Awesome. So now I have a Wednesday 5 a.m. that will be starting up later this summer. But I accomplished my goal of getting cycle. And here's the funny thing. I literally said to Elsie the other day, we were talking about how, like, when I set goals for myself, I achieve them, but sometimes I don't focus on the fact that I achieved the goal because I'm like just living, okay, what's the next one, you know? I was talking about how, like, my goal this summer was to get 20 hours of work a week and to be able to fully, like, support myself on part-time employment, because I can do that as a fitness instructor. I can't save anything, but I can support myself that way. And I was so stressed because I was like, is it even possible to get 20 hours as a fitness instructor? And then God made it happen, you know? Like, I got tenfold. I think I work like 28 hours right now, and so I'm able to pay my bills, pay my rent, pay my groceries, and I'm also able to put a little bit of money away for savings. And that is super, just, I'm very blessed that I am able to make a living and support myself this summer. Not as much as a full-time job, but I'm a college student, and I'm currently working on some really intense continuing education that just has to be a huge priority right now so that I have more financial opportunities. So there was like that goal where I was like really stressed about it, like in the fall, and then got really stressed in January, and then literally it just all ended up working out and more.
Good morning, vlog. I'm not your usual person to say good morning to you. However, Jaycee's getting ready for Vinyasa Flow Yoga. So I am helping her by attending one, and also by wiping down the counter so that she can get ready. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just clearing off the kitchen island, if you will, so that I can wipe it down. And then I'm gonna put all the junk back on it because we're gonna clean our apartment later. So that's fun stuff. And then, sorry, I'm like swinging you guys around. It's probably giving you guys like motion sickness or something. So yeah, that's what I'm up to right now. I don't know if you want to watch me do that or what, but I'm not gonna record. Ugh. No slippage. Don't slip.
Not every brand. We're just gonna peel them off. Ready? I'm all glowy now.
Yeah.
Alright, it is the end of week 1, and it's time for our weekly overview of what happened, what went well, what we can work on, and what strategies are for next week. So for week 1, for our first habits, doing my workouts every single day of the lifts 3 times a week and the cardio. Lifts happened. Most of the times there was one lift that was cut short because we had something to be, and I was just getting really anxious and the equipment was taken up, but we did 75% of the lift. So we did pretty much everything but the accessory movements. If anything's going to be skipped, it's okay for the accessory movements to be skipped because those are just little bonuses. Going to my bonus fitness classes, I did go to 3 this week. Very proud of myself for that. I think that was a great thing, and I'm super happy about that. Drinking water with electrolytes, that just didn't really happen as much this week. I just had some issues with my water bottle I kept forgetting to put the sealant in, and then it was just like this whole nightmare of I had to use the bottle that I was normally gonna have electrolytes in for my actual water, and it was super not fun. Eating in my calorie deficit, for the most part, I was super great about this week. I think pretty much every day I ate in the deficit except for yesterday, because yesterday we had some fun treats. Getting my protein goal, this just does not happen, but I have a really good plan for this week that we'll talk about in a second. Getting my sleep, I did really great at this. I did like my night routine pretty much every night of like doing my relaxation and like showering before bed and just all the things that like relax me, and I slept so much better than this week than I have in a full month because I was having night terrors before this. Gratitude journal, I was really good about this one, which is good because the last time I did the little gratitude, the 5-minute journal, I was just not on top of it. And so I was super great about getting this thing done every day. Stretching, we did this a few times, but I did stretch a lot because stretching is going to be if I've already taught yoga that day, other than chair yoga, if I've already taught a yoga class, I'm good. And so I taught a lot of yoga this week. And so I did stretch on the days that I didn't teach yoga. Foam rolling, we could have been better about. I think I only foam rolled one day. And so it's just figuring out where to habit stack that in because I don't think night is the time that's working. So we're going to habit stack it in somewhere else next week. No binging, we did fantastic at. I had a full week of no binge eating. So I'm super proud of myself there. This is the hardest habit to break as I'm entering into this like calorie deficit phase and like trying to lose a bit of weight is if I want to hold a true calorie deficit, I have to break this habit first. And so the fact that it is on its way to being broken is just a super nice thing. And I'm really proud of myself for that. So in terms of habit money earned, so remember each habit is 25 cents with the opportunity to earn about $12.50 at the end of the week. I earned $7.50 this week. My best day was Tuesday, where I did every single habit and got $2.50. My worst day was yesterday, where I only did 3 and I got 75 cents. So $7.50 this week to go into my savings for when I hit my first milestone to buy a new outfit. So that is where we are with that. In terms of strategy for next week, just being on top of my water bottle crap is going to be really helpful. Finding a new place to foam roll and do my stretching because obviously before bed when I'm tired, I am not likely to do it. I'm very likely to skip it. In terms of the protein, I chose just comfort meals last week because last week was a week where it was like, I'm getting so sick of eating this healthy food that I'm going to like want to binge if I don't have something fun. And so I ate more fun foods, but I stayed in the calorie deficit, but I wasn't hitting the protein goal. And I definitely noticed my energy levels take a hit with that. So this week we are on top of our game. We have high protein meals. I still like pasta, but I got the protein pasta noodles instead for my pasta this week. For lunches, I got the salad ick. I ate them for like 2 weeks in a row and just was done. And so I've got some homemade Chipotle bowls that I'm gonna make. For breakfast, doing my same thing. I'm kind of letting myself lax a little bit on the weekends because I just don't love to cook on the weekends. And so I think the goal for next week is when we grocery shop, can I find some just healthier, like less stuffing meals, like something more satiating, but not like that it makes my stomach hurt from fullness. So like, what are those things that are still like, they're not a salad, but they're not like this super, I don't want to say carb heavy. I think fat heavy is the better thing, is I think that's what makes me feel bad. So yeah, we're figuring that out. That's kind of the goals, but thank you for following along with me for week 1. I am so excited for how this series goes. I just think it's a lot healthier than anything I did in the past because the whole goal is not to be perfect from week 1. The goal is to learn and grow so that by week 12, I feel more confident in my ability to do these habits. And so I think starting at where we are, 750 is a really, really good start. So I will see you guys tomorrow for the start of week 2, which you'll see the video a week later. But yeah, have an amazing rest of your day and bye-bye.